Hey, 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 hey. Good to see everybody. What's up, Rad? Yo, man. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Had some fun trying to get a good thumbnail. I don't know if the thumbnail's working out well on your side, but we had some fun over here shooting it, quote, shooting it, which is basically me just looking like an idiot for about 3 minutes or so and finally saying, fine, cut it. That's the one. Take it. Caffeinated. How's everybody doing today? Friday. Remember, Friday Q&A. Every Friday, live Q&As here on YouTube. I really like the Friday Q&A. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Brandon's in the house. Antonio's in the house. Ben's in the house. Everyone's in the house. You know what? As I'm here talking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the our audio. So I'm going to turn this into a podcast too, because your questions are that awesome. Literally, your questions are that awesome. We're turning these YouTube live Q&As into podcasts also. So give me a second here. Sorry. Technical difficulties. And boom, welcome the audio audience along with our live YouTube audience. Good to see everybody. Many familiar faces, familiar avatars, familiar names, and whatever I can do to help you guys on this beautiful Friday. Well, I'm here. I'm here to get it done. I'm here to do it. This is, I'm going to try and keep this PG-13, so this should not be an NSFW podcast. I'm going to try and kind of slide under the radar. Now, it's funny because I didn't even know what that was. I thought that was like an inappropriate terminology like you see pop up every so often. Like I won't even say because I'm trying to keep this PG-13, but you know what I'm saying. I was like, ooh, what's that? I got to avoid that. And turns out it was kind of true. NSFW. But this should be safe for work. And no cursing. Remember, I'm up to 19 push-ups, 19 squats. I've only publicly cursed 19 times in the last 25 days. That's pretty awesome. My New Year's resolution was to stop cursing publicly, to start cleaning up my content a little bit, allow a larger, younger audience to participate in the beauty of health and wellness education. And let's see if I can keep true to that. I thought literally it was going to be like 500. If you go back to earlier episodes of the Mike Dolce Show podcast, ooh, boy, that was some bad potty mouth. Ben Garrett, what's up, Ben Garrett? Good to see you. Shifty BTW says, appreciate all the videos. I appreciate you being here. Little Poutine, hey, Mike, what's up, Poutine? Unemployed Mario Yamasaki, what's up, Captain? Chris Roy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Frank Del Val, hey, Coach, good to see you. Mo Gonzalez, nice sweatshirt, Dolce. These are fleece-lined. Fleece-lined Dolce Diet hoodies, American Apparel, top notch, baby. I'm so warm. My wife actually sleeps in hers. It's so comfy and cozy. Now, Uncle Mike is not so happy about his wife going to bed with what I call a football uniform on. But hey, what are you gonna do? She's got to stay warm. I could warm her up, but hey, what are you gonna do? I got the pit bull sliding in between. That's Zoe. Chris Roy, what's up, man? Frank Delvell, yo, Mo, what's up? God, so many. I love the questions. So many questions already. Let's rip through these. Brandon, you see the new Canadian food guide yet? It's been a big topic here this past week. I haven't seen it yet. I've got a lot of you guys, a lot of our community tagging me saying, hey, Dolce, it seems like Canada read the Dolce diet. So I'm assuming Canada has adopted an earth-grown approach to their nutrition program. We've been so crazy busy over here. I haven't had the opportunity yet to dive into it. I'm looking to start delving through that content later on this next week, actually. GJJ Pete, what's up, Dolce? But Pete, was Dolce, what's the deal with wheat? You sound like Jerry Seinfeld. My body craves pasta sometimes. Should I stick with the white rice? Could I get away with pasta on a heavy training day? Yeah, I don't understand why not. Are you gluten insensitive? Are you gluten intolerant? Do you have celiac disease? If you have celiac disease, then it's a no-no. If you have a gluten sensitivity, then it's usually a no-no. But if you're like the rest of us, it's pretty dang awesome. So if you have no issue, there should be no problem. TJ Robertson picking up what you putting down, Mikey. TJ, I appreciate that. You know what's up, my man. Chris Roy, have heard of glyphosate issues with all the oat-based foods. Has this made you alter what you buy now? No, not at all. Not at all. Rad Applin, what's the maximum amount of muscle a 6-foot person can put on naturally? It really depends. I know 6-foot guys that tap out at about 20 pounds. I know some that tap out at about 40 pounds when you're talking natural muscle, natural training. The thresholds varies based upon the individual. They say usually within the first 4 years or so of intelligent, consistent, intense resistance training, the average healthy adult male will put on about the maximum amount of total muscle mass. Doesn't mean you won't gain an extra pound or two here over the years or whatnot, but you pretty much cap out right about that time. Now, it's not uncommon to put on 10 pounds of muscle per year for a couple years. Therefore, you should be and could be able to put on that full 40 pounds. Now, I started weightlifting. Well, I started weightlifting at 8 years old, so mine is going to be skewed. But I went from a 114-pound high school freshman. I graduated high school at 210 pounds. I've brought my body weight up naturally to over 282 pounds, but I was naturally fat at that weight. I was big, rotund. I would be considered obese, and I was competing as a power lifter at that point. Let my weight get sky high. How much real muscle tissue did I put on? I didn't have the data analysis that we do now. I'm 206 pounds. So I'm 4 pounds lighter right now as a 42-year-old male than I was as a 18-year-old or a high school senior. So, and I train hard. Now my muscle, I've gotten much stronger, tremendously stronger. The maturity of my muscle has changed dramatically. But at the same time, I'm still about the same size. Now, I can ramp my body weight up and down a little bit when I'm super, super, super A-type, as I call it, super hyper A-type. Just doing everything and stuffing my meals and throwing in creatine or whatever else. But once I normalize again, I typically float back down to right about this size. Me neither. Can you suggest any healthy fat sources other than fish and nuts? I'm allergic to them. Hemp seeds and chia seeds are good. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, you might want to consider. Avocado, do you eat those? Those are good sources. How to get a thicker neck? You can wrestle. That's a good way to do it. That's how I built mine. You can resistance train. You can actually use manual resistance, just pushing on your head and pushing back, pulling and pushing. You can have a training partner do that. I'm not going to tell you to do bridges, which I did that as a young wrestler. So those are some good starts. Just the manual resistance is a great way to kick it off. Justin Drew, nice. I can listen to your podcast with my 4-year-old son in the car. Justin, that's exactly the point. Many people like yourself, they wanted to get their families more involved in the messaging that we're putting out. And because Uncle Mike had a potty mouth, they weren't able to do that. And I really took that seriously. And I've tried to make a change, and I think I've done a great job. I mean, 19 curse words in 25 days. I would have more than 19 curse words in a single 1-hour podcast easily. Oh, yeah, easily. I'd probably have that in a single sentence sometimes. So I changed that for you guys. I appreciate it, Justin. MB Matthews, Dolce, love your podcast and all the info, bro. I appreciate that. And those guys and gals out there, we do have the Mike Dolce Show podcast, which is available on iTunes and Google Play and Spotify and everywhere else. I mean, anywhere that podcasts are available. We ask that you do go and subscribe on the iTunes channel if you can do that, if you have an iPhone. But definitely listen. And of course, it's always free. Shifty, what would be some good lunch? Oops, slung by. Sorry. Wow. A lot of questions. Love it. What would be some good lunch options at work if there's nothing to reheat or cook with? Sandwiches. Also, how do you feel about microwaves? All right, Shifty, this is for you and everybody out there. Guess what? You will not die if you eat cold food. You will not die if you eat room temperature food. You do not need to reheat your food once it has been cooked. That's what I do. I cook my food yesterday or whatever. I pack it in my black pack. I take it wherever I have to go. And when it's time to eat, I simply eat it. I simply eat it. And you would be surprised, or maybe not, at how many people out there have the same question. I don't know what to eat. I don't have a microwave. I don't have access to reheat my food at work. Therefore, I went to Subway instead, or I went to the cafe or wherever else instead. That's ridiculous. What I do is I'll throw my food in the black pack, which is our hot cold container. The black pack in the bottom of the backpack, the black pack. Don't want to get too long here. Let me zip, so my paperwork doesn't fall out. Here. Sorry, guys. Open it all the way. You can see I got some snacks in there. Right? That's where the food goes. That's a hot cold pack. It comes with 4 pop top Tupperwares, all Dolce branded. This is at dolce.shop.com if you want it. Anyway, I bring that with me. My food is, I just put it on the desk an hour or so before I'm going to eat it. I open it. It's at room temperature. I eat it. It's delicious. It's already cooked. It's ready to go. That's it. That's all you have to do. You can eat cold food. You can eat cold pasta. You can eat cold chili. You can eat cold chicken. That's not a problem. You can do it. Do it. Be an adult. Do it, please. Please. Seth, Dolce, how are you, coach? I'm doing great, Seth. Good to see you. Kelly, many of the recipes in your book include 100% whole wheat bread. How much bread is too much in a day? Well, actually, we talk mostly about sprouted grain bread. So we have sprouted grain bread, that's our ideal. Whole wheat is available. Whole grain is available for some people. Typically, everything we eat in my household is sprouted grain. How many per day? It depends on the person. 1 to 4 slices based upon your activity level, based upon your physiology, based upon your goal set. But some people don't eat any bread at all. Yo, Dolce, is the program 3 weeks of shredded accessible even after I've used the program once? And can you also remind us why it's the best program for getting ripped? Love the content. Glenn, so if you go through the online version of 3 weeks of shredded, that is a 4-week program. You can re-up at a discount into a new version of that program because you've typically lost 15 to 25 pounds over the 3 weeks and you have to reset. Now, for $9, you actually get to continue access to the entire portal, your dashboard, 200 some odd recipes, 200 some odd exercises, all your nutrition, your training diaries, the leaderboards and the forum and everything else. That's all there for $9 a month, the monthly retention program. And you have access to your old program. Though you probably do need an update, you can always send a note to customer support. They will hook you up. Paul Thompson, where is that protein powder you were supposed to put out? Hold on. You mean this? Is that what you mean? Do you mean the Dolce Whey Pro? Is this what you mean, man? I got the goods, homie. I got the goods. Right here, baby. The Dolce Whey Pro coming soon. You will hear about it soon. It's amazing. The most powerful protein on the planet. The most delicious protein on the planet, a truly all-natural flavor that you can mix with your whole food smoothies, or you can drink it in water completely by itself. It is delicious. It is clean. It is smooth. It is of the highest possible quality. It is the most powerful protein on the planet, and it will be out soon. The Dolce Whey Pro, but coming soon, my man. Thank you for remembering. Your Dolce is a program. Answer that. How many whole eggs a day is good? Well, that really depends on you. I typically eat a dozen or so eggs per week. That's my average, and I kind of break that up. Sometimes I'll have 4 eggs in a day. Sometimes I'll have no eggs. Sometimes I'll have 1 or 2. But about a dozen or so eggs per day is what I do. Bell, what's it like working with UFC fighters? It's good. It has its, like anything else, it has its pros and cons. The pros are we get to work at extremely high levels. We get to thread the needle with the most, hard working. It's even hard to say, but we're working with these big high level athletic specimens, right? The problem is they're surrounded by such dirt bags most of the time. There's so much crap at the high level of MMA. I work with pro boxers. I work with Hollywood celebrities. We work with baseball and basketball, NFL. By far, the most challenging, the most difficult, the most sleazy support systems are around the MMA athletes. For whatever reason, I don't know. You can speculate, but there's always so much drama, so much backstabbing, so much ego involved. It's not worth it. And the money is so low. The money's so low. And the athletes, unfortunately, the athletes have this entitled mentality that the athletes think they deserve tremendous amounts of money, but they don't think anyone around them deserves money. Like I know many multimillionaire athletes who have coaches that are damn near full-time coaches that are working full-time jobs elsewhere that are barely getting paid per diem. They're barely getting paid $10 a round to hold mitts for them. And they're getting, a couple $100 maybe for a fight week, and that's it. So how is it? It's got good and bad. It was so much better in the early days of MMA when the athletes were truly hard training. The money wasn't as big. The entitlement wasn't as big. You had these great athletes that were just focused on the training and on the craft and on the fighting itself. Those were the glory days. Those were the golden days. Now what the sport has turned into, it's such a joke. It's such a joke. And there's some great athletes out there, don't get me wrong, and there's some great support people, but it's a single digit percentage, I'll tell you that. Lil Poutine, hey Mike, does the Dolce diet have all the necessary vitamins and protein requirements without supplements needed? Well, that's the plan. If you're following it the way it's intended, absolutely, that is the plan. Earth-grown nutrition. That's where we can get all of our vital micro and phytonutrition. Earth-grown nutrition. Justin Drew, coach, what seasonings can I use when using the original 3 weeks of shredded? All natural seasonings, all natural herbs, all natural spices. That's the place to start. Start there. You'll be fine. Pete, you got it. Me neither. How much water do you suggest drinking and why that specific amount? Well, typically I say the average healthy adult should drink approximately 4 liters per day, and then you should add 2 pounds for every hour of exercise. Me, I drink about 2 full gallons of water per day. That's 8 liters. Frank Del Val, hey coach, I want to thank you publicly for helping me while I'm being furloughed as a government employee. The Dolce family is great. Well, Frank, we appreciate that. We appreciate the hard work that you've put in. We appreciate the struggle that your family is going through. So what little bit of support and help and assistance and hopefully some cheer that we could offer you during this difficult time, we are more than happy to do so and to give back to you. So we appreciate that. And thank you for coming on here and saying that. And we support you guys. We support our community. It's not about the money for us. It's about the service to you guys. It's about helping you guys. And Frank, I'm so happy that you can continue on and keep going. And yeah, I think we have one of the best, most compassionate teams on the planet. We're here to help. Adam, I'm working with Meg. Hope to be ripped by summertime. Heck yeah, Adam. So Adam is one of our My Diet clients working one-on-one with our lead dietitian, Mrs. Meg 40, MSRD, LRD, DDC. Adam is working with Meg for the 8-week personalized My Diet program where he has his own personal registered dietitian working with him. Every meal, every ingredient, every single day is handled for him. He has the ability to communicate directly with one of our registered dietitians in real time through phone call or Skype or FaceTime and emails and constant contact and communication to build him where he needs to go. Happy to have you on board, Adam. Neff Tail, great content. Well, thank you. Ben Pooh, are potatoes a good food to eat while trying to lose weight due to them being so satiating? I would say yeah, as long as you don't overdo it. Absolutely. Elijah, best snacks to have when you have the munchies. Salted cashews and grapes are delicious together. They pair extremely well together. That's one of my favorites. Start there. Mike, I'm obsessed with Dave Ramsey lately. Thanks to you, Tay Biz. Tay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was just watching some of Dave's YouTube content earlier. I love what Dave is about. I love his team. I love everything they do in the messaging. So Dave Ramsey fan out there. Me too. Can oatmeal replace steel-cut oats in your breakfast bowl? Absolutely. We rotate. We go oat bran, whole oats, quick oats, steel-cut oats. No problem. Continue. TJ Ahern, hey, Mike, if I get the chance to try the new Army Combat Readiness Test and let us know what you think of it, please. I'm still helping soldiers with the 3 weeks of shredded book. Many thanks, brother. Dolce knows. TJ, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Whatever I can do to help and support you, you know I'm in. You know I support our troops to the best of our ability to do so. I'm very proud to have visited over 50, I think over 80 domestic U.S. bases, or 80 different trips to domestic U.S. bases here to help support and motivate and educate the troops, our fine young men and women of the military. So, TJ, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you by chance know the size of the containers you have with your black pack? Gonna order mine soon. They're squares about this size. 4 of them fit. They're on the other side of the facility. I'm not going to leave the microphone and go dead air, but I'll post them. I'll post them here. Just go to dolcedietshop.com and click on the black pack, and you'll see it right there. You'll see exactly what they look like. Paul Denman, hey coach, much love from the UK. Paul, what's up, man? I appreciate that. Thank you. CR, when is the next Dolce Diet certification class? CR, the next certification is March 8th, 9th, and 10th here in New Jersey. We just posted it on our shop today. So go to dolcedietshop.com right now and reserve your spot for the next DDC, Dolce Diet certification course. You can become an endorsed local provider of the Dolce Diet. You can become a Dolce Diet certified nutrition counselor. You will become a DDC, as we call it, a Dolce Diet certified coach. So go to dolcedietshop.com, sign up, register your spot right now. Come on and hang out with me. Hang out with me for 3 days in the beautiful beach town of Belmar, New Jersey. This location is absolutely amazing. It will be amazing. We will have an incredible time hanging out Friday, Saturday, Sunday here at the facility, getting it in, getting it done, learning and vibing and talking and think tanking and growing and evolving together. We will have some of the top, we get such great people who come in. People from around the world come in for these DDCs, and we keep the classes relatively small. We cap them at 20 students, so it stays intimate. We've done over 100 people in a single course, and that's nice because it's nice to have a big audience, but at the same time, we lose the intimacy. I want to know you. I want to know your name. I want to know everything about you, your family, your goals, your dreams, your hardships, your background, where you came from. This way, over 3 days, we have a tremendous amount of time to all get to know each other. Our team will be here to support you. Miss Meg, our lead dietitian, Meg 40, will be here also with myself, teaching and instructing and proctoring and walking you guys through everything you need to know to become a Dolce Diet certified coach. We teach you everything you need to know in nutrition and dietetics. We teach you about branding. We teach you about social media. We teach you how to structure your business for infinite and exponential growth. Regardless if you work in the fitness industry, I teach you how to become a fitness millionaire. If that's something you care about, I can certainly teach you how to go through all the steps you need to get there, learning from all the mistakes I made along the way. I've been doing this for nearly 30 years now, over 20 years at the elite world-class level. We have one of the most recognized, respected brands on the planet, and we've never spent a single dollar in marketing to do that. That's extremely rare. I can teach you how to grow your business at the speed of cash, as they say, so you can run completely debt-free, investor-free, and be truly free to run and operate the way you want to live the life that you want to live, answering to nobody, so you can focus on service. You will work alongside our team of registered dietitians and certified trainers as you continue to grow and build out your brand. And worst case scenario, this is like an owner's manual for your body. We teach you everything you need to know to live the rest of your life in a healthy manner, to achieve your goals, and also to spread that information with the people around you. This is March 8th, 9th, and 10th in Belmar, New Jersey. Go to dolcedietshop.com right now and register. You will save $200 or $300 for the first few people who actually sign up. We give you a little bit of a discount, a pre-registration price to sign up right now and reserve your spot. Go to dolcedietshop.com. Marshall, hey, what to do if you're skinny fat and your calories are already really low, 1,200 per day? Marshall, I would bump my calories up. And I would start focusing on heavy, intense resistance training. I'd focus on my sleep, making sure I'm sleeping at least 8 hours per night. I would eliminate all stressful situations in my life. That's what I would do first. Do you have any tips, diet, or exercise to lower blood pressure? Go to your doctor. Be under a doctor's care. This is not medical advice. That being said, science has shown a healthy diet and exercise program can dramatically improve blood pressure. You need to be on a healthy lifestyle program, my friend. But first, you need to go and talk to your doctor and be under a doctor's care. Get it going. MB, do you feel like supersets are a waste of time? Absolutely not. We employ superset style of training into our different modalities. It all depends. Everything is good. Everything is good when used intentionally. When you go away on vacation, how do you stop all the good work going downhill? It's funny. I'll go on vacation. I'll actually hit PRs on vacation. I change my goals. I know what I'm doing going into vacation. A lot of times on vacation, I'll try and schedule a 3 or 6 week, like heavy barbell specific, heavier weight specific phase. So when I go on vacation, I'm ready to deload into more of a body weight conditioning style cardiovascular phase. Lots of squats and push-ups and lunges and steps and climbing and walking and jogging and different type of work like that. Therefore, I'm not missing anything. I'm able to achieve my goals while on vacation. That's the way to do it. And it's easy to not eat bad on vacation because why am I going to poison myself on vacation? Shane, hey, coach, is an oatmeal bowl from Starbucks good to eat for breakfast on the go? I mean, it could be, but don't add all the crap. They give you that little bag of fruit like raisins and whatnot. Look at how much they add sugar to it. It's funny. They add sugar to fruit. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Excuse me. But it's, I mean, I would just get the oats by themselves, maybe buy, because Starbucks typically they sell bananas. Grab a banana. Ragnar, hey, Dolce, I learned at nutrition school that we should limit the saturated fatty acids in a healthy diet. What's your opinion? Well, saturated fat is necessary to a degree. It's like anything else. Too much oxygen is bad, right? Too much sex is bad. Too much water is bad. But a certain level of saturated fat is actually good and healthy. So it really does depend in many ways. I need more context to your question to really give a deeper answer. Just started training MMA at SBG in Ireland, and I'm absolutely loving it. What would you recommend to eat or drink immediately after training? That's awesome. Say hello to my friend John Kavanaugh. Very happy that you're out there training with Coach John. Good for you. What would you recommend to eat and drink immediately after training? It depends on the style and the intensity of your training. I would typically opt for a whole food smoothie after jiu-jitsu class, right? You're not going bro. You're not going meathead. You're not trying to slam down the whey isolate. Not that that would be terrible. If you did, I would do a whey isolate with coconut water and blueberries. But really, I would lean more towards a whole food smoothie. I would put some, maybe some kale, some spinach, some celery, some beets, some carrots, some apple slices and or bananas, some fresh squeezed lemon or lime juice. I'm just vamping off the top of my head. Some hemp seeds. I would have that right off the mat. Is chocolate milk good or makes you fat? Chocolate milk's disgusting. It's terrible. Don't believe the people that say it's good. They're silly. Nina, what do you recommend as a snack? And also, what's your opinion on water fast to boost fat loss? My opinion on a snack, I'm going to say salted cashews and red grapes, delicious, and a water fast to boost fat loss. That's just caloric restriction. That's all it is. I mean, and it's for how long are you going to water fast? For a day, half a day? That's not boosting fat loss, right? That's just kind of maybe it's stabilizing your digestive system. It has a positive impact on insulin production, but you're not burning body fat per se. I know you're pretty against alcohol, but thoughts on Chris Duffin's whiskey and deadlifts? Alcohol's poison, so there's nothing positive I can say about alcohol. But I know Chris. I consider Chris a friend, and Chris is freaking crazy, man. Chris he's a whole nother beast. Look at the dude. He's a beast. Look at the weights he moves. He's a beast. He's a beast. I would wager to say that someone like Chris would probably be better without alcohol, but I don't know. I know it's just kind of a slogan or a joke, and it could just be for social media views. Chris is man, he's a beast though. So I don't really have an opinion on that. I see that more as like art, right? It's kind of like he's playing a character. Shifty, hey, thanks for answering my question. You got it, Shifty. The legend, hello from India. What's up? Mikhail. Hey, Mike, why black packs are only sold in the US and not internationally? Well, the cost to ship them oddly internationally is extremely high. That's why we pulled them from the website. If you are interested, if anyone internationally outside of the United States wants a black pack, just shoot us an email to support@thedolcediet.com. We will tell you, and we don't charge you a single dollar on the shipping costs. We will tell you exactly what it costs to ship it to you. And if you want it, then we'll charge you and we'll ship it to you. Just send us an email to support@thedolcediet.com. Omar, hey Dolce, if the goal is fat loss, should carbs be avoided before bed? If so, why would that matter as long as the energy expenditure is high and we're burning more calories than we're taking? Now the carb question, this goes a little deeper, and context is everything. I would need to know more about you specifically. But typically, we're eating our carbs throughout the day. The best time to eat your carbohydrates are when you're depleted. That's first thing in the morning, and that's immediately after your workout. Pre-workout would probably be the third best time. As the day goes on, carbs become less important for most of us, especially as you say, when fat loss is the goal. Now, when you're having carbohydrates at night right before bed, that will elicit a higher than normal insulin response. Insulin will actually drive down the pulse of growth hormone. Growth hormone in and of itself does have thermogenic properties. So what we try and do, and I put an Instagram post out today about the meal I typically eat at night, kind of after dinner. I call it second dinner. When I'm hungry, I'm craving something, and I don't want to cave and eat something bad, I'll just go and eat my dinner minus the carbs, which is typically a lean protein, some sort of green veggie, usually some kind of fat source. Like if I'm eating chicken, I'll put a little like avocado oil or macnut oil, or I'll throw some nuts or something or seeds or something in there with it, like the meal that I posted. But I'll pull out typically the carbohydrate. We don't restrict carbohydrates typically on the Dolce diet, whether you're following 3 weeks of shredded or living lean. We don't restrict carbohydrates to a keto type of level because that makes no sense. That's silly. That's a marketing campaign. That's not healthful eating. What we do is we eat our carbohydrates intelligently. And if I've already achieved my carbohydrate allotment for the day, there's no reason for me to keep spilling those carbs in, because carbs are fuel. We look at carbs like fuel. I've already allotted, or consumed the allotted amount of fuel I need. I don't need more of that fuel. I hope that helps. But Sammy boy, are you and Rampage still friends? And what do you think about him fighting at heavyweight? I haven't spoken with Rampage in quite a long time. I have no ill will or animosity towards him. Business is the way it is, and this is what I was talking about MMA. It's the shady, slimy people that are all around the sport that just doesn't make it fun. The issue with Rampage and I was one of the people inside his camp that wanted my job or was jealous of my job and wanted to get more money for themselves, started barking in Rampage's ear, making up all sorts of falsehoods and lies about me. And that created some dissension in the camp. It got to the point that the money wasn't worth it, the stress wasn't worth it, and I did not want to be in that situation anymore, which is why I left the Rampage camp years and years and years ago and stopped working with him and them. And then kind of a little more of the fallout came in because he wound up missing weight and he had some, poor performances. I felt he had very good performances when we as a team were working together, but slowly that fell apart. That he went through multiple changes. I'm not saying anything bad about him. It's more of the revolving door of people around him that always had their hand out. I never did. And that bothered a lot of people because I wasn't sitting there with my hand out like everybody else. So I still like him. I still have love for him. I still respect him. But I haven't spoken with him in years. Martin, hey Mike, best time to eat before sparring and what kind of food to optimize performance? Anywhere between 30 and 90 minutes before would probably be ideal, depending on you, but I don't know you. What to eat beforehand? Could be an orange and half an avocado. It could be sprouted grain toast with a little bit of raw drizzled honey. It could be a sweet potato with some grass-fed butter. I don't know you specifically. Your physiology certainly will matter. Me neither. What sauces can I make at home, or what kind of sauces can I buy? I'm not a fan of sauces. What do you mean? Why do you need sauces? What's wrong with natural food? Frank Del Val, I love Meg. We all love Meg. Meg is amazing. If you want to meet Meg, March 8th, 9th, and 10th, come to the next DDC Dolce Diet certification course here in Belmar, New Jersey. Go to dolcedietshop.com right now to reserve your spot. Limited spots available. What do you think of the I don't know that diet. I've never heard of it. Eric, wow. What's up, Eric? Um, V. Stevens. Hey, Mike, what's your opinion on raisins and dates? I'm a fan. I eat those almost every day. They're way too delicious to be good for you. I agree. Thanks from Holland. Heck yeah. Clint Colleen, what kind of body fat percentage loss is typical with regular fasted lists? For example, what can someone who is at 16% body fat expect from regular lists keeping other exercise and diet the same? Well, it depends on what your diet actually is. Are you in a caloric deficit? Or are you creating a caloric deficit through your exertion? I don't know. I would say a slow, if everything is the same, I would look for a slow, steady loss of half a pound to 2 pounds of pure body fat per week. That would be the goal. Il Poutine, I find myself getting through my workout in 12 minutes using the 5 exercise, 4 sets seems short. Is this okay, or should I stretch it out more? I would take a little bit more time in between your sets, and I would add a little bit more weight to the bar. Hey, coach, are you going to debate Drew Manning anytime soon? I don't know Drew Manning. Is Drew Manning called me out? Let me see. I hope so. I'm waiting for someone to talk to. I'm waiting for someone to talk to. So has Drew Manning called me out? I've respectfully, I've never heard of Drew before, that I'm aware of, but I would love it. So let me know if there's any heat or any drama. Have you ever missed weight for a fight? Never, ever, ever, ever. The Dolce diet is the only elite weight management team to have never had an athlete miss weight in over 20 years of professional work. We are the only team that can boast that record, the only team in all of combat sports. We are the most successful weight management team in all of combat sports. Often imitated, never duplicated. The Dolce diet is by far the best, by far the best. And you know that. And Miss MB Matthews, will you ever do a training around the Cincinnati, Ohio area? You're just a drive away. I've driven to and from Ohio from Jersey. You're just a drive away. Drive on out. Get your tail here. Drive out. Leave in the morning. You'll be here by start time on Friday. Drive out. Get here. Get here. Get here. Get here. Get here. I don't know if we will go out to Cincinnati. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if we will, but get here. Why not? Get here. Richard, what's up from the East? LA, what's up, Richard? Good to see you. Ichivera, do you have to hit arms directly, or you can get away with just doing the big compound lifts? I have a 295-pound bench with only 15-inch guns. I would do more close grip benching. Are you doing any underhand and chin? What type of rows are you doing? Not specifically, but everybody has a weak point. Now, you have a 295-pound bench. I know athletes that walk around, man, in the 160, 170-pound range. 15-inch guns on a 170-pounder with a near 300-pound bench? Yeah, I know dudes who look yoked like that. So how tall are you? I don't know anything more. Ichivera, you got it. Nick Colantonio, why don't you eat vegan? Well, I don't eat a 100% plant-based diet. I do eat approximately a 90% plant-based diet. 90 to 95% of all the food I consume in a given day is completely plant-based. I'm one of the few elite fitness coaches, health advocates that actually works with combat athletes and strength athletes that says that and that does that. I don't prescribe to the carnivore, keto, crazy, meat at all costs notion. That simply makes no sense. I think the performance of my athletes, the millions of people who follow our programs, and my personal blood work and athletic attributes for being someone who's genetically inferior, I think we can clearly make the case that our system is better than all of those systems. Now, veganism isn't in of itself, I am a fan of. I'm a fan of the philosophical notion of veganism. At the same time, I've tried going vegan for a 3-month period of time, and I had a hard time doing it. And there's a few reasons why. I was not able to sustain the output of the type of physical activity that I need to produce, living the lifestyle that I do, typically being a strength and combat athlete. The repair, the recovery was simply diminished from a blended omnivore diet, and also the ability to eat the foods to sustain and source the food, the plant-based foods, was rather challenging. It was very challenging. I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not bashing veganism, like I'm not bashing the omnivore. For me personally, I operate much better on having a few ounces of animal products throughout the day, and that might be butter, right? Because if you're eating a grass-fed butter, you're not a vegan. If you're having a whey protein isolate, you're not a vegan. If you're having a wild caught salmon, you're not a vegan. If you're having a whole egg, you're not a vegan. That's why I don't strictly prescribe to a vegan lifestyle, though I am a proponent of plant-based nutrition. D. Taylor, hey Dolce, I've been a fan and supporter of yours since my high school wrestling days. 22 now, work early in the morning and train in the evenings. I'm in MMA, but want to get my foot in the door when it comes to fitness and nutrition coaching and get out of working for someone else. Really want to learn more about your courses and see what I need to do to take the first step. Appreciate you, Mr. Dolce. D. Taylor, right now, go to dolcedietshop.com. Sign up for that March 8th, 9th, and 10th Dolce Diet certification course. Get here. Sit front row right in front of me, and let's vibe, homie. I teach you guys everything. Everyone who comes to these DDCs, I teach you everything. You come in here, we shut the door, and we talk. And I teach you everything I know, how to operate a business, how to make money and monetize your business, how to build your brand cash free. How to use the power of social media, how to network, how to educate yourself. I walk you down the 5 R's of success that are essential for you to become an expert in your field. Now, look at me. You guys are here for a reason. We have 4 number 1 best-selling books that we self-published. We self-publish, not like everybody else running around claiming to be bestsellers because they have some publishing house that's spending tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars marketing their books that they make no money on. They're lucky if they make $1 per book after they've actually kicked back all the expenses of the book being sold. A lot of these number 1 best-selling authors, they don't make any money off of it. Every dollar that is out there, we actually teach you how to make that. We teach you how to do all of this. So you, as you're an aspiring fitness professional, you don't work one-on-one with clients all day. We can teach you how to do that. You want to work group classes? We teach you how to do that. You want to run a fitness facility? We can teach you how to do that. You want to work at another fitness facility? We can teach you how to do that. You want to run an online business? We can teach you how to do that. You want to build your own platform application? We can teach you how to do that. Because I've done it. I've done everything. I've run facilities. I've worked in facilities. I own facilities. I've been the hands-on coach. I've been group fitness coaches. I coach other coaches. I can teach you whatever you want to do. I can teach you how to do it. Now, we get medical doctors. We get those with PhDs who come in here to learn this course. We get LMTs. We get CPTs. We get CSCSs. We get RDs. We get LRDs. We get, yoga instructors. We get CrossFit coaches. Anybody and everybody. We get law enforcement. We get military operators. We get moms. We get MMA coaches. We get high school athletic directors. Anybody and everybody comes in here and you will leave with the education you need to change your life, dramatically change your life. That's the rule. We will change your life. And you don't have to do what I do. We teach you how to do what you want to do. That's what happens. And you're surrounded by such an amazing group of individuals who become lifelong networking affiliates and friends of yours. So go to dolcedietshop.com, click on the certification link and get started. Lock in right now because we always sell out. We've never not sold out. This will sell out. Lock in now. So Detailer, I want to see you. Nick Colantina, why would you recommend eating meat when it is proven to increase risk of all-cause mortality? That's not true. But that's not true. Show me the study that was done on someone who eats wild-caught salmon. Show me the study that eats 90 to 95% plant-based foods, that only eats wild-caught meats, that only eats wild-caught salmon. Show me the study on that. There is none. So you can't conflate these bullet point topics. And this is what happens in the fitness industry. You can't conflate these worst of concepts. That's not what we do. We follow best practices. And I hope and think that you would appreciate that. You will not die if you're eating wild-caught salmon. That will not contribute to all-cause mortality. And I'll do you one better. Look at every single blue zone on the planet. Every single blue zone on the planet, all but one, I believe, has a meat-based diet. All but one. And that one is in Southern California, I believe. All but one. And what these blue zones area, these are pockets of the population that live dramatically longer than the rest of the world, dramatically longer than the average. For generationally, they do. Why is that? Well, there's many reasons, but we look at the nutrition. All but one eats a meat-based diet. So you can't say what you're saying. Now we can, I'm not arguing veganism. Again, I said I have high respect for the vegans out there, but it's not ideal for everyone. And I would much rather be vegan than I would be going to Costco and eating conventional meat. Absolutely. I agree with that. Joe Sema, I have a new job. I can make 6-figure salary, but I'll have to work 6 hours on, 6 hours off, 4 to 5 days a week. Or can I work a normal 40-hour week for half the money? What's better for health? Well, better for health is to work 40 hours a week and get your full sleep. Now, how do you work 6 on, 6 off, 6 on, 6 off, 6 on, 6 off? When do you sleep? What type of job is this? I don't understand that. So maybe tell me just a little bit more. Now, I work with some operators and, emergency responders that they work these crazy 12, 24, 36 plus hour shifts, and they grab their sleep when they can, but then usually they get a couple of days off in between. Is that what you're talking about? It's a little confusing to me. Robert Batista, will you be doing any seminars in New Jersey? Absolutely. Absolutely. In March 8th, 9th, and 10th in Belmar, New Jersey. 8th, 9th, and 10th in Belmar, New Jersey. Our next DDC, Dolce Diet Certification course. Go to dolcedietshop.com right now and reserve your spot. We have a little discount set up right now for the first adopters. For those who sign up, a little pre-registration that we're going to wipe that away pretty quick. So go to dolcedietshop.com and pre-register and reserve your spot right now. I don't know when the next one will be. I might actually be traveling out of country for the next one. Paul Denman, is insulin resistance a lie? No, it's not. That is actually very real. And everybody has some form of insulin resistance. Richard, is Mexican food good for bodybuilding? Typically no, because it's lots of cheese, lots of dairy, lots of flour, lots of corn. It's good for deliciousness, I'll tell you that, but not great for bodybuilding. Can you talk about creatine? Creatine monohydrate works extremely well. It works extremely well. It's one of the very, 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 very few sports supplements that actually works. Very few. Can creatine, how is it working with Gastelum? I really enjoyed working with Kelvin Gastelum. Where we had a problem was in his management. Now he's being managed by a completely different team, but when we worked together, his manager at that time was horrific, and he's actually in jail now. So that says, and they stole money from me. Kelvin didn't, but his manager did, and that caused the fallout between Kelvin and I. And a lot of this stuff is on public record. And that manager is actually in jail. I believe allegedly that he's in a federal prison for some other type of money scheme. So, it's unfortunate. But yo, Mike, any tips for overeaters such as myself? Lots of water. Get on a schedule. Get all the bad food out of your house. Get all the bad food out of your house. That's the biggest thing. People are like, I'm such an overeater. I'm an emotional eater. I wake up in the middle of the night and I go eat an entire chocolate cake and cookies and potato chips and soda. Why is it in your house, man? Right? Why is it in your house? Like that's the issue. If you only have spinach and quinoa and wild caught salmon and whole eggs in your house, you're not going to be binging and overeating. You're going to be, woe is me. Woe is me for a couple nights as you're sitting there drinking water or a nice chamomile tea with fresh squeezed lemon in it, as you're kind of letting the old you pass away and moving on to the new you. You just go through a couple days like that and you're good to go. Richard, that's not even a competition, my friend, not even close to a competition. We have integrity and we have a resume of validated results. They do not have either. Sisol, Dean, soy, good, bad, okay situations. It's okay. It's okay. He's a keto guy. Talking about that other gentleman, what was his name? Drew Manning. If he wants to talk, I'm down with anybody. I don't call anybody out, although I should. But if anybody has if you guys know of anyone who's talked publicly crap about me or like refuted the things that I've said, then I want to talk to them. I want to have an intelligent, open, honest, robust public debate with them. Because the information I put out, I'm pretty conservative on what I do say. And what I do say is based upon evidence and experience. What's your thoughts on eating wild salmon to get ripped? Oh, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. You will get ripped. Wild caught salmon is one of the mainstays on our 3 weeks of shredded program. Our athletes typically eat wild caught salmon the night before they weigh in. How about that? Any tips for a sweet tooth? Donuts are my weakness. Frozen red grapes. Put frozen red grapes, wash them off, put them in your freezer. When you have your sweet tooth, go and eat them. It's amazing. It is amazing, delicious. I got another minute or two, guys and gals, then I got to jump out of here. How often should I change my exercises for weightlifting? Could be every workout, could be every 3 weeks. It's up to you. Look at undulating periodization. Take a look at that. How to gain weight. You need to be in a caloric surplus. You need to be training with multi-joint compound movement. You need to be sleeping 7.5 to 9 hours per night. You need to minimize external stress. You need to go through the catalog of videos on my channel. I actually have a 3-part series on how to gain weight. I got multiple videos on the best practices to gain muscle. Go and watch. Robert Batista, 5 weeks out from a powerlifting meet, weighing 197 at 14% body fat. Can 3 weeks try to get me to 181 without killing me? Most likely. I don't know you specifically. I haven't done an intake form. Excuse me. But I will say 3 weeks of shredded is the most successful healthy weight loss program ever devised, as proven by the world's greatest athletes who compete in weight class dominated sports. Nobody else can say that. We can say that. And this program is available for you, personalized right now at thedolcediet.com. You can go to thedolcediet.com right now and sign up for your own personalized version of 3 weeks to shredded, which was designed for our athletes to lose 21 pounds in 21 days prior to elite weight class oriented competition. They have to be strong. They have to be conditioned. They have to be in amazing shape when they compete, which means we can't sacrifice that on the way to the scale. And that sounds like it would be ideal for you. And we have many strength athletes who do follow 3 weeks of shredded with much bigger weight cuts than you're talking about. So keep me posted, Robert. Hey, coach, what can I do for shin conditioning? Be careful, but kicking a heavy bag is actually a pretty good technique, over and over and over, and not super hard either, just methodically, repetitively. Maybe like 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%, 30%, and slowly, slowly, slowly you'll condition. Hey, coach, do you think Adesanya deserves a title shot if he gets a win over Anderson? You could make a case for it if he beats Anderson Silva. I mean, you can make a case for it. I don't know who else is in line for. I know you got Whitaker versus Gastelum, but I don't know who else is in line. You got Jacare. Jacare beat Weideman not that long ago. Probably should have to. I think Jacare has more of a claim to a title shot than Israel does. Maybe those two guys should fight. Tips on being confident. When you wake up, you set 5 goals for yourself every day, and you achieve those 5 goals before you go to bed. Tiny, 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 tiny little goals. But you wake up, you write them down on a piece of paper, and you cross them off as you go through your day. You don't go to bed until you've crossed off all 5 goals. You do that today, tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. That means you are setting and achieving 5 goals per day, 35 goals per week, 140 plus goals per month. Guess what happens? Once you become accustomed to setting and achieving goals, you realize that you can do anything you set your mind to. What that allows you to do is slowly you start setting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger daily goals for yourself until you come to the point that anything and everything you put your mind to becomes possible. And you know it's possible because you have a track record of setting and achieving goals. That's confidence. You now have confidence in yourself and in your ability to set your mind and achieve what you focus on. That's something that I find very, very helpful. Tips on how to self-publish. I'll go deeper into that. I can't go. That's a deeper thing right now. But Will, if you come to our DDC March 8th, 9th, and 10th, we spend a lot of time talking about that and many other topics that you can self-monetize. Make that mailbox money, homie. Forget going to that 9 to 5. 8 to 5, 8 to 6, 7 to 6, 7 to 7 type of job. Forget about swimming in paperwork in some cubicle, dealing with some idiot middle management boss just pushing you around, telling you what you have to do all day, doing a job that you absolutely hate. We teach you how to break that and to start to chase your passion. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what your passion is. You come to our DDC, you learn about nutrition and dietetics because you're a human. You need to know how to feed and take care of yourself anyway. And then we teach you how to become an entrepreneur, how to run your business, whatever that is. And I'd say, I don't even care if you want to work in health and fitness. I don't even care. Whatever your goal is, wherever you want to go, we teach you how to monetize that better than probably anybody else. I don't know many. I mean, look at what we've done. I think that says anything. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate you being here. It's time for me to shut this down. There are many, many, many more questions left. If I have not answered your question, my apologies. But we're getting in on a full hour now, and I have to jump off. I'm already past the 1:30 mark here on the East Coast time. I have to shut down at 1:30, so it's 1:32. I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully this was helpful. There was a lot of great content that we put through in this conversation. If I didn't answer your question in the live stream, leave your questions below in the comments. I will go back in later on today and I will answer those questions. I will type answers to you guys. That is my promise to you. So go back, leave your question in the comments after this video posts. Subscribe to the channel if you don't subscribe yet. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. This is what we do every Friday. We put a live Q&A out. We put a bunch of other daily videos out on different topics. Most of the time, topics that you guys have asked a question on that I decide that, hey, that's actually a great point, great topic. I can actually go wider on that topic for you guys. Click on notifications if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up. If you've been watching this video for the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 56 minutes, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know you're there. Let me know you care. If you don't like this video, that's fine too. Give me a thumbs down. That's fine. But leave a comment below and tell me why you didn't like it so I can get better. My goal is to deliver you actionable, exciting, entertaining content that you like. If I'm doing something wrong, if you don't like it for some reason, if you give me a thumbs down, tell me why. Otherwise, you're a I'm not going to cuss, but you're one of those things, and those things we could care less about. But I'm very coachable. I love criticism. I love feedback. I'm happy to help you guys. All right, guys and gals, until next time, boom.